Oh,
Now it popped.
now it popped. Oh, and nope, now we're
We're
back.
back. Alex, you're gonna have a fun time with this one.
Please don't continue doing this, Streamlabs. You have
Our
plenty of
snark,
internet. I fed you earlier.
our snark broke the internet.
Please, internet, please. I already live in a world without superheroes or superpowers, so I guess I'd be doing what I'm doing now. But if the Arctic Fox lived in a world without superpowers, he probably would have died of old age in the 90s. Sophie would still be a problem.
Ow. For who?
Everyone.
For
Everyone.
Fletch. Still for
Wow.
Fletch somehow. Universal
Like
constant.
his rival at the Olympics.
That would be amazing.
Well, she'd have to be from a different country. No, that's fine.
She would have to be from a different country. I guess Bowman's from Canada in this universe. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess we were good to go ahead and get started. Last we left our heroes, they were spending some well-earned private time in Freedom City, waiting for Sala and Wong to put together the ritual necessary to give them access to the Dark Dimension back in the Marvel Universe. So, they had a little bit of downtime. Resident went to go check on Sam at the bookstore, where she ran into Sophie, who was willing to receive a Reiki session, and Resonant gave her the rundown basically on what the Freedom League Dark wants her to do during her time here in Earth. Instead of using her as a bloodhound to go after Adrian Eldritch, Resonant suggested that Sophie be a magical defense expert for the Freedom League here on Earth while the Freedom League Dark is away elsewhere in the multiverse. A task that she seemed interested in. So we'll see what happens. Centuria got scolded for lying about Davy's situation and hiding Thunderbolt's body from him in Freedom Hall. And
Right under their noses.
Right under their noses.
It's like they were missing the world's greatest detective or something.
Yeah, well, he's busy teaching at the Claremont Academy.
Curse you, DoorDash.
No, so I was just thinking, I was like, that dumb bitch.
He's your himbo.
This is your himbo. But Daedalus did say I would be interested in helping Centuria with coming up with a way to resolve this body snatching issue to give Davy back his own body and to give Ray potentially access to his own body. And then Centuria and Davy went out to go find food, and they ran into Medea and Mortis, who were on their way to party at Moby Dick's. Bowman stopped down at Project Custodian to check in and make sure everything was still going well with the Foundation. He spoke with one of his remaining business partners who offered a potential replacement for Sophie, who turned out to be a woman named Juliet Jupiter, who has a number of sisters who are all interested in participating in the project. And Bowman is no doubt making a mistake again, but he doesn't know how yet. Gator Man went off to Emerald City to check in with Gator Mom, who turns out to not be Gator Mom. He visited her in a special ages hospital, where it is revealed that Xavier Hawkins' mom has turned into a lobster woman monster, Lobster Mama, who is still every bit of supportive and happy to see her son, and was a very wholesome NPC who probably has a long, happy, healthy life ahead of them.
I will murder the GM.
So will several other viewers.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are. I don't know what you're referring to. But Resonant also spoke with Sam after talking to Sophie and found out that Sam has been practicing magic in their downtime between shifts at the bookstore. And Sam, being magical, sensed that Gemma had magical potential as well, and asked her to teach them about how to harness this ability and how to control it more, so that Sam could become some kind of defender for the neighborhood. Resonant was willing to do so. Resonant is not sure if Sam knows that they are Resonant, or if they just know that she is a magical being. But Resonant took Sam down to check on some of the defensive mystical wards that Resonant has in place in the neighborhood around the bookstore, only to find that there was some kind of issue. Energy has been tampered with there, and Resonant reached out to Mortis and Bowman, who were on their way to hang out with Centuria and Gatorman at Moby Dick's, but were diverted to come and see what was going on. The three of them made their way through the neighborhood near the bookstore, where they found a strange two-story colonial mansion that was not there earlier that afternoon. Bowman and Mortis both recognized it as the home of Lucius Cabot, who is a famous immortal diabolist in Freedom City. And as they walked up to answer the door, walked up to confront Lucius Cabot, the door swung open, and that is where we are picking up with our heroes this evening. Gatorman, Centuria, Medea, and Dave are still down at the Moby Dick's nightclub, and Resonant, Bowman, and Mortis have made their way to the Cabot house. We'll start with the Cabot house. Again, it's a two-story brick building, white shutters. The door does creak open as you go to knock on it.
Looks like we're invited in.
Be friend and enter, and I'll step through.
Let's not keep him waiting then.
Okay. Resident will follow the other two.
Oh, also, Wiki resubbed yesterday and wants to give her hero point to Lobster Mom, so I'm going to go ahead and just pop that in the GM pile and see what I want to do.
No.
It's gonna come in handy.
Specifically given to a helpful NPC, Alex.
Yes, I'm always a helpful NPC.
Lobster Mom is the most helpful NPC. She gave you Gator Man. Love.
Notably, Gatorman got the biggest round of applause at the Hades event this weekend, just to say. And it probably wasn't because I put a typo and put an E in between the R and M in Gatorman, so it was Gatorman.
It's Soviet Louisiana. Gator Man's you.
So, the door swings open. Mortis, you step on inside. Resonant and Bowman, are you also stepping inside?
I said I followed after the other two, yep.
Excellent. There is a smell of tobacco smoke in the air as you step in, and the air inside is arid and warm. The entryway has a staircase that goes up to the second floor, but off to the left you do see an open doorway that leads to a room where there are several plush chairs arranged around a fire. There are big, tall bookshelves all lined up in this sort of dark, warm space. And sitting in one of the chairs is a man with close swept white hair. He's wearing a velvet smoking jacket. He has a brandy in one hand and he has a cigar in the other one. And he sees the three of you enter. He says, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance after all this time, Freedom League Dark. Please, come in. Sit.
You do realize you could have reached out at any other point instead of attacking my apprentice and friend and deactivating the wards I've placed around the area. That doesn't put you in the best light in my eyes.
I was always working with a handicap, so I figured this would be the most expeditious means of attracting your attention, Miss Travies.
A letter, or even just showing up, is a far better way to make a first impression than the one you've made so far.
Well, if I am ever interested in advice for making friends and winning over people, I'll be sure to reach out to you. I am Lucius Cabot. Please come. Can I offer you a drink? A smoke?
I think you're doing enough for my tastes. Alex, I'd like to lean in on my magical senses and get a sense of the magic in this place.
Okay.
And from him.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
29.
With a 29, Resonant, as you're sort of absorbing the magical energy of the room, it is all very infernal magic. You can tell that it stems from fiendish sources. He himself does not appear to be a very powerful magical practitioner, but he is seething with fiendish energy.
Okay. So something is working through him, not his own power.
Yeah, the house seems to be more powerful than he is.
Okay.
Hey, Alex,
Yes.
question for you.
What's up?
Does he have a soul?
He does not.
How many souls exist in this house?
There are several souls that are bound to the house, but they do not seem to be any related to him.
Okay.
What about you, Mr. Davidson? Or Mr. Beaumont? Is there anything I can offer the two of you?
I'd rather we just get right to business instead of you showing off about how much you might know about us.
Well, in that case, your actions as the Freedom League Dark have attracted the attention of many cosmic entities. And most of them are grateful for the work that you did to defeat Una and prevent the absolution of this plane into her netherworld.
I'm sensing a butt there.
But we are concerned about your commitment to stopping Adrian Eldridge.
Who's we?
The benefactor I represent. Which Mortis would know as Mr. Infamy.
I was going to ask you that because you beat me to it because I've got expertise.
Yep. And Mortis, you would know that Mr. Infamy is a reality-bending devil who is constantly in search for world conquest and the corruption of mankind, but not in the I want to pull everything into my dimension sort of way. It's just sort of I want humans to fail on their own. Yes, Jeff Goldblum, it could be Satan.
I'm sort of confused as to why you're questioning our commitment, seeing as how we're doing everything in our power, and it seems like you already know that.
Almost everything in your power. It is my understanding that you will not kill him.
I would rather not.
Well, the interests I represent would ask you to reconsider that.
Why?
Because he is too dangerous to be kept alive. He knows too much about the fundamental building blocks of reality. And he has devised means of toppling those bricks one by one, till only one reality remains.
Then you know as much of Adrian's plan as we do, which begs the question as to how and what else you know.
We know one additional thing about Adrian's plan.
That didn't answer the first part of that question.
I haven't decided yet if you're worthy of the information.
Do you see anyone else who's at least attempting to stop him?
There are some. Though I understand you have taken the biggest piece on the board, off.
No, it's not off the board. She's being retasked. There are other uses for someone of that talent rather than playing murderer.
It is bold of you to move the future Master Mage of this planet off of the hunt for the previous one.
Well, that's an assumption.
I never assume, Mr. Beaumont. I've heard it makes an ass of you and me. I only act on information that I have. And she is going to be the Master Mage. If only for a time.
Well, we all saw how well it went the first time she tried, so I'm not inclined to believe she's worthy of the title.
You, of all people, were the one who was supposed to believe in her.
Well, not exactly there yet.
I have two things to offer you, Freedom League Dark. I have a weapon to destroy Adrian Eldritch, and I have additional information about his plan. And all my benefactor wants in exchange is a favor.
A favor that might put us in a worse position than we are in now.
No worse position than in your pursuit of the preservation of this world, no. You may have to do something that you find morally questionable, but there's a price for everything.
Well, then keep your weapon and keep your knowledge. We'll hunt Adrian. We'll do it on our terms. I'm not about to be beholden to some other being whose motives I don't know and won't answer questions straightly.
I don't know if he's physically capable of it.
My benefactor does enjoy the mystique, the great game of negotiation.
This doesn't seem like a time to really negotiate. If Adrian's as dangerous as you say he is, as your benefactor thinks him to be, as we know him to be, or at least versions of him we know to be, then this isn't the time to be playing petty games and trying to win over our allegiance or our favors. Now would be the time to just work for the betterment of all realities so that, hey, Adrian doesn't get what he wants.
You're not the only people that we can speak to. You were just my first choice.
There's a reason for that, then.
Proximity.
Proximity. Really?
You all are the closest ones to finding him, but there are beings throughout the multiverse who are also on the hunt.
Are any of them
Well-
as capable as we are?
Many.
Doubtful.
Doubtful.
I just wanted to support the home team, that's all.
No, your benefactor wanted a favor from the home team. Some in with us at some future point, rather than rely our trust that we could get the job done. They sought to earn themselves a place, a favor, a boon that they could collect on at a later point in time. If you have knowledge, if you believe Adrian cannot be stopped except for by your method, then you would explain that. Because without doing so, everything ceases to be save for one. And if Adrian has the power to do what you think he does, that means the pieces that you want to move across the board, or your benefactor wants to move across the board, may not exist. Your benefactor may not even exist.
Roll an insight check, Resonant.
Sure.
Or Andy. Andy rolled the check. I'll let you know what Resonant finds out.
That's a 27. Not great, but, you know.
He's hard to get a read on, but you get the impression that when you mention his benefactor may cease to exist, that there is some recognition there in his mind.
Mm-hmm. Is it from a standpoint of, is it the subtlety of like, ooh, I would be free, or it's the, oh crap, that's right, I forgot about that?
That is potentially one of the things his benefactor is worried about and why this offer is even happening.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And Lucius will sort of sit up. Say, well, you've made a interesting point, Resonant. I will offer you the information for free. If you desire the weapon, you will give in to my master's demands. He has not specified what favor he is requesting, to me, at the very least. It's a future request to be granted. But the dimension that Adrian wants to leave is not this one. The sole surviving reality is not this reality. He wishes to destroy all magic in the universe. All superpowered beings. He wants to leave the multiverse as one mundane reality. Where none of us exist.
Magic and superheroes aren't synonymous.
No, he wants to boil everything down to one plain reality, to ensure that the people living in that reality never have to face an existential threat again. There will be no gods, there will be no magic, no aliens, no monsters, no super criminals, just people running their little race. In his mind, the universe will finally be safe from things that master mages are meant to handle. And there will be no more need for him. That is the world my benefactor wishes to avoid.
So what you're saying is that Adrian's going to commit suicide by removing all superpowered beings from the universe.
Indeed.
Rather than because of guilt or conscience or whatever, he now believes this is the only way to undo all of the mistakes and troubles that he's caused, is to make more, is to create the greatest atrocity he ever could and die and not take responsibility for it.
Not just his mistakes, but the mistakes of every master mage across the universe, across time. Every mistake that anyone who has abilities has ever made.
Mistakes are part of life. They're not meant to be thrown away. They're meant to be learned from.
That seems to strike a tone with Mr. Cabot. Of that we are in agreement, Miss Travis.
Well, thank you for imparting that knowledge to us. We will take it and we will do with it what we can.
If you do desire the weapon, my home will be available to you. And he flicks a silver dollar towards Mortis to catch it.
Sentinel beer.
Focus on that and my home will appear in a reasonable area around you. And I do wish you well, Freedom League Dark. It is a shame we've not made our acquaintance before now.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. We will take our leave.
Anything
And
from
resident will turn and leave first.
Anything from the bowman?
Ooh. Yeah, no, he's just been thinking about Sophie this whole time. He is going to just give one last glance towards Lucius before heading out. I was gonna do something terribly stupid, but I don't know if it's gonna be useful. I think they'll notice if I try to stick a tracking arrow somewhere. So, thinking better of it, Bowman's just gonna leave.
If Bowman's leaving last, Cabot will address you for a moment.
Sure.
This is less relevant, but Sophie's fate will be in your hands at one point.
Sophie's fate has always been her choice. I obviously can't change things for her.
This time it will not be Sophie's choice.
That's not the one.
Ooh.
Do with that information what you will, Mr. Beaumont. I'm sorry, Jonesy, I cut you off. What was Mortis going to do?
Nothing. He's gonna quietly slip out. Taking note of the other restless spirits that may be around the house.
Yeah, they're having a bad time. The spirits in this house, you could tell that most of them are people who came to Cabot to make a deal and have wound up bound to the house as his servants for eternity. But as everybody steps out of the house, the fog will kick up around the neighborhood and the house will disappear. Then, resident, your wards will return to their natural health.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at Moby Dick's, Centurion Gatorman, what you guys got going on?
Well, the bar itself is alive with people chatting and laughing and chatting amongst themselves. But Centurion and Gator Man are standing apart, maybe 6 inches, eye to eye, looking at each other. The lights are blaring down on both of them as he's looking, just staring right through her. She's staring back at him, and as our focus comes in on him, you can hear Gator Man saying, "Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take on me.
I'll be gone."
I can't do it.
Ah, can't get that high.
No one can hit that high.
Nobody's ears want to hear that.
But a sound like strangled cats echoes around the bar as everyone joins in.
Centurion's an
Full
alto.
rendition. Yep.
Amazing. So yeah, the music is loud. Everybody's having a great time. I wasn't ready for that.
Alex.
I just gave a hero point to everybody.
Got him.
You got it, did me. If she dies, she dies, says Wiki about Sophie, I assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's loud, it's great. Medea is even warming up to Gatorman a little bit. She's like, "So you are... What happened to you? Were you cursed?"
You're a man, but you're not a man.
I'm more than a man. No, driving mom to work, and yeah, the silver storm is what they called it. And then I woke up and I was fine for a while, and then slowly became a me.
Do you want to not be a gator anymore? I could probably fix that.
Probably not to help save the universe. That's a hell of a mouthful to say.
How come there aren't more guys in the world like you? Like, wait a minute, you're actually selfless enough to just continue being what you are until like you save them, and she sort of gestures rudely towards like all the people having a good time here.
I mean, there's one them that I'm really worried about, but yeah.
Is it Kate? Because she's married.
I know the other guy got really weird when I said I could smell him on her, but that was funny. But no, I gotta take care of my mama. She got affected by this too.
You want to take care of your mom?
I mean, doesn't every good son want to take care of his mother? Do what's right by him?
Well, I'm from ancient Greece, so I'm not going to talk about that too much. But it's nice to see a boy who is just you're a good dude, and she claps you on the shoulder.
Alright, we're singing Barbie Girl next, so you can figure that one out before we go up there.
Okay. Let me just clear my head. Do I look okay? And she sort of adjusts her "fuck you" t-shirt she's wearing.
You look like a great goddess. You look great.
She's gonna stumble over to Centuria. I think Gator Man's flirting with me.
What?
I think I want to hook up with Gator Man.
What? Can you do? I guess you could do whatever you want.
Oh God, like it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
It'll be good. It'll be good. Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Is he as good as he seems, or is this like is he tricking me?
Um, he seems fine. He seems okay.
But
I've
like,
only known him for like a week.
yeah, you didn't learn his name until today, though, right? Like,
I've already forgotten it.
oh,
Xavier. Xavier. Xavier.
poor Overdrive is there. Like, why didn't you all didn't ask him his name for a whole week? Not even Bowman? Not even Mortis?
As if Bowman didn't know.
Oh, Bowman knew, he just didn't ask because he's a jerk.
Brand.
And he didn't tell everybody else. That's rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do it. I think he wants to sing Barbie Girl next. So just go up there and like work your magic.
I don't know that song.
What?
I mean, look, okay, look. There were so many good songs in the 80s by badass women that I didn't learn that one.
That's fair. We'll sing it together.
Okay.
Since it wasn't from the 80s.
Yeah.
90s? When did
You got
Barbie
there.
Girl come out?
You
Am I
got
good?
there.
Am I good? Okay. Medea doesn't pay attention to the decades. It's been 4,000 years for her. And she's going to come back over to Gatorman. But as she's making her way back over, before the karaoke DJ can bring everybody up, Centuria, give me a perception check. And I'm going to give you a -2 for being inebriated.
Yeah. That's fair. 17.
17. Just above the loud music and the people screaming and having a great time here, you hear a sonic boom coming this direction.
That's not how sonic booms work.
You hear a sonic boom nearby. Damn it, Andy, I'm a GM, not a physicist.
Centuria will say shit, and then she's gonna fly out of the roof.
Oh, no.
Fly through the roof.
Amazing. Centuria, you fly up and out the roof, and everybody's like, hell yeah! And coming this direction, Centuria, as you fly up, you catch the little bit of that cold night air warming off or cooling off some of the warmth from down below. You see a golden figure fast approaching the nightclub. And when you fly up, it seems to zero in on you, and it is rocketing your direction.
I am flying towards it, also as fast as I can go.
Excellent. You're going to collide.
Cool.
That's a different song.
As a figure wearing golden armor with a long red cape that seems to be made out of some kind of steel or titanium chrome. Its body. It's featureless. It has no hair. It has pale silver eyes, a nose, a mouth that doesn't seem to move. And as it rocks up, it is trying to aim down to punch you. So I want everybody to roll for initiative, because I'm sure it's going to be relevant here in a little bit.
Where am I? There I am.
You need to put our tokens on the map, Alex.
Oh, you're right. Let me go get this real quick.
This is Swank Nicklo, by the way.
Yes, I'm going to share the map in just a second, but I got this map from, I'm a Patreon over on Frag Maps, is what it's called. And he has a wonderful cyberpunk series he does that I tend to crib things for our superhero games.
City of Tomorrow. What? I mean, TM.
Why is Gator Man so far away from me?
Well, you're even farther away from Gatorman now, because you're way up in the sky.
I know.
Flying out over the beautiful night skyline of Freedom City. I gotta roll for my bad guy.
Oh my. I don't like that result at all.
It'll be alright. Maybe Davy Ray will roll higher. Nope.
Ah! You all shifted on the overlay. I don't know how, but
Oh,
Um,
did somebody disappear?
I am now Juice.
Yeah.
Gator's gonna Gator.
Tradesies.
Ooh, I'm Mortis. I bring them back to.
There
Wait,
you are.
are there any souls in the bar?
There are, Kevin, there are plenty of spirits in here.
Yes.
And there's
Well,
also some
Tish.
restless dead.
That was fun.
I don't know if my initiative went through because my internet went. Bleh.
Oh, well.
Blah,
It
blah.
did.
Yeah.
You're at the. Oh, you're before me. Ugh.
I'm not quite as drunk.
And then I gotta fix the map. If somebody will let me know when the map is in the window, that will be good news for me. Yeah, it's a pretty good approximation. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good.
We can see most of the map. Yeah, this is by Frag Maps over on Patreon. They have a cyberpunk series that they do that is really awesome. So everybody's initiative has been rolled. I'm gonna sort by descending order, with the mysterious robot going first on 58. Centuria, the robot, is going to pull back its arm and give you a mighty punch as you two slam into each other, and it will use 5 points of power attack on this attack. So subtract 5 from this to hit. That's not good. 33 minus 5 is 28 for your parry DC, Centuria.
That'll still hit me.
I need a DC 40 toughness save.
40. Ooh, I'm not bruised.
You're not bruised.
Better.
Remove the bruises.
Got it.
Add
Also-
the trunks.
Nope. Nope.
He
Nope.
kills Centuria and keeps moving.
Ooh, that was a rough one. 37.
37, you'll take a bruise. As this figure swoops forward and slams into you with a punch that is reminiscent of something that you would do.
That's my deal.
The machine will use extra effort, so I'll give you a hero point. And it is going to use its extraordinary effort to do 2 additional standard actions.
Ooh.
Which will be, first it's going to try to wrap you up in ghostly chains.
Oh, no. I don't like the sound of that at all.
23 to hit your dodge DC, Centuria.
Yep.
I need you to roll a dodge check for me.
Ooh, a dodge check.
Uh-oh.
Second luck point of the day.
If she dies, she dies.
Oh, fuck. I rolled an 11.
Oh.
19. That's the best I can do right now, I guess.
With a 19, you will be the 2nd degree, which is immobile and defenseless.
If it matters, if he's doing what I think he's doing, ghostly chains is resisted by will, not dodge. But
Oh, his is a little different.
Okay.
It definitely looks like what Mortis does, but his is a little bit different.
okay, that's great. That's awesome.
It's the same rule anyway.
And with you immobile and defenseless, it's going to use 5 points of power attack on a Tempest Flash. So it raises its hands, and it pulls down a bolt of lightning from the sky to slam into Centuria. So if I don't roll a 1, you're going to be suffering a attack plus 5 for the power attack, plus 5 for the critical hit. Yeah, see what happens.
Why do you want to take me out at the beginning of the game?
I don't want to do that.
Why have you done this?
It's not what I want to do. Centuria, it will hit. I need a DC 44 dodge save, and your dodge is currently a 0.
Okay. I guess I'll just roll a d20. Gonna spend a hero point.
Got a 43. You're close.
Wow.
She can't not be taken out by this.
15.
So Centuria, you go up to see what's up, and you are knocked unconscious. As
Wonderful.
this robot blitzes you with all the attacks of your allies.
Cinematically, can I slam into the ground, like right in front of Resonant Bowman and Mortis as they're walking up?
Yes, 100%.
Well, I tried, guys.
And it will use its move by attack to make its way into the nightclub through the hole that Centuria opened in the roof. Davy Ray is gonna panic because he hears the big explosion outside as Centuria gets wrecked, and he is going to gather up as many of these civilians in his speed wake and race out to find Centuria. Gatorman. A robot has slammed into the ground in the nightclub where you are.
My robot. Prop Medea up against the bar. Walk away. We're just gonna walk up to the robot for the moment. Just look him in the eye and go, there's still people here. If you come for me or us outside, not in here, just no. And assuming Centuria's outside, avoid people and start walking towards the door to see if El Robobutt follows me.
You can definitely make it outside, and you do see that its vision is tracking on you.
Perfectly fine. I feel great about that. If I pass people, point them away, like over there. You go to the bathroom, just go away. Yeah, I feel good about that.
I'll give Gatorman a hero point for trying to take things outside like a good old boy.
You can punch me in a minute.
That is the nature of RPGs. Okay, so Gatorman, you head outside. You do see the robot seems particularly fixated on Gatorman. Mortis.
So I want to try to chain up the evil robot. Mostly chains.
Okay, so you're gonna fly off to the nightclub and try to get the robot.
Yes.
Awesome. You do have a crater full of Centuria in front of you.
What are you gonna do about Crater Full Centuria right now? Other than know that she's still alive.
Send thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Obviously, this is an evil robot with no soul, so I'm going to try to chain it on up.
Excellent.
This is going to work. But
Go get
we'll
him.
find out. Post the chains.
It's pretty awesome, Mortis. You rolled a natural 20.
So we'll see. I crit.
It's a DC 28 will save. It rolls a 27, so it'll take the first degree.
Oh,
It's hindered and vulnerable.
So he is only moving at half speed, and he is his dodge and parry are at half of what they usually are. So what does that look like, Mortis? Do you do it in the nightclub, or are you gonna try to? I'll say you can drag it outside if you want to drag it outside the nightclub.
Yeah. So Mortis, as he does this, he unleashes the ghostly chains that come flying out from around him, and they wrap him up. And when Mortis moves, it's trying to anchor him. You can actually see that it's trying to anchor him to a ethereal, ghostly tombstone that does he's kind of like literally dragging across the floor as he tries to move.
Excellent.
I'll hold the door for you.
Anything else, Mortis? Are you happy? Do you want to use extra effort or anything?
No, but I do want to use my reaction to go insubstantial.
Okay.
Good idea.
Centurion's like, I would like to not have a body also, please. Centuria, do you have Die Hard as an advantage? Can you check that for me real quick?
Yeah. No.
Okay, but please roll a fortitude check for me.
20?
You do not enter the dying condition. You are just unconscious.
Blessed. Because I rolled a 2, so that could have been bad.
Yeah, I don't think you could fail a check for that.
I have an 18.
Oh, yeah. You're immune to dying. Unless somebody goes over there and gets you after you're unconscious. Resonant.
Resident is going to see Kate fall into the ground, and she's going to scream for Centuria and fly over, pull on the power for Malachite, and attempt some calibration. So, D20 plus 15 for the healing.
Yes.
25.
Centuria, that will heal you of your stagger and your bruise. You're back to full health.
Thank God. That was rough, guys.
As my as a free action, I would like to assess the robot I'm seeing Mortis pull out of the nightclub.
Cool. Give me an insight check.
29 again. I can't roll above a 10 today, apparently.
That's weird for Centuria. Or for Resonant, sorry, Resonant. Let me roll for the robot real quick. You are able to determine that it is a higher power level than you, and I will give you one of its numbers.
Give me its dodge DC.
Ordinarily it is 14, or dodge DC is ordinarily 24. It is currently at 17.
Okay. She'll look back at Bowman. Do you know what that thing is? Because it's powerful.
Looks robotic. I've got something for that. He says
it's your-
confidently.
Yeah, I think it's your turn.
I've got something for that, said Bowman as he picked up his stick and string.
Well, I do happen to have an EMP arrow.
Go for it.
I don't know if it'll work, but because it's pretty expensive, so it's not super powerful. But it is not on my sheet. Yeah, that's one of the ones that didn't make it onto the sheet. Okay. Well, it should be the same attack as the. Oh no, it's an area thing anyways. So.
Oh, okay.
It is rank 8.
Everybody in the bar is about to be sad about their cell phone.
Well, everybody within 30 feet.
Yeah.
It is broad and simultaneous and a lot of stuff.
Okay, so it's rank 8, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so he'll make a dodge check versus the 18, but he's got a -7 to this. Goes down to 21, so he will succeed on the initial dodge save, and it's a fortitude versus 18? Ordinarily?
Yeah, it would be fortitude because
Okay.
it's. Yeah.
So he did succeed. He's going to roll fortitude against a 14.
I feel like he'll succeed that. I'm gonna not even look at that. I'm just gonna fatigue myself and try to be useful this turn.
The EMP arrow does go off. You do hear the boom as things nearby begin to power off, but it doesn't seem to bother him.
Okay. Gonna gamble that he's probably got some imperviousness. I will fatigue myself and just shoot a diamond arrow, which has piercing.
Excellent.
It's this one on the sheet. There it is.
23 will hit because he's vulnerable. And then it's a DC 25 toughness.
Yeah, the penetrating is the same as the damage, so yeah.
Okay, perfect. He rolls a 43 on his toughness save.
Well,
I rolled a 19 on the dice. Just
It's a big, strong boy.
Bowman, what happens?
Bowman might be a bit distracted, so he's just going to go right to the straightforward solutions. He sees a robotic figure, so he thinks, all right, EMP. Didn't work out, so he's thinking, all right, maybe it's armored. Let's try this. And that also didn't work out, so he is trying to refocus on the situation and not think about how he could possibly make the decision of who could be the Master Mage of Birthright.
Bowman's in his head.
Yeah, it's where he likes to be.
Medea's going to drunkenly stumble off of the map I found to go outside with everybody else. We'll leave the map up just so it's there, but she's going to yell out, "Hey, Chrome Dome, leave Gator Man alone."
Did I leave you at the bar?
And she raises her hand and she mutters something in ancient Greek, which Resident knows is a prayer to the goddess Circe, and a magical burst flies out from her and slams into the robot. Or it would. Oh no, it's perception range. Never mind, we're good. So the robot has to make a will save.
Which of the 3 ones that she sees did it hit?
All 3 of them. However, the robot is unaffected by the magic. It slams into it, and you can hear almost like servos firing inside it as it absorbs the magical energy. And you notice its aspect changes just ever so slightly. And Medea looks over at Gatorman like, "Well, I did everything I could."
You did great. Just
Thanks.
And the robot, who is hindered and vulnerable, is not going to mind about that. It is going to extend its hand, and a bow materializes in its hand. And it is going to use multi-attack to fire a shot at Bowman, Gatorman, and Medea. So here's for Bowman. Take a -3 off of this. 36 to hit Bowman.
That'll do it.
This is for...
Agile archer arrow.
this is for the Gatorman. 40 to hit Gatorman.
got me by 1.
And Medea gets a 39 to hit Gator.
I'll take the shot for Medea.
Okay, I need a toughness check.
I'll take the shot for Bowman.
Whack.
Interpose.
Whack.
Yeah.
Give me a toughness check, Centuria.
38.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And then Gatorman, give me 2 toughness checks, both for 25s.
1 for me. 1 for the little lady.
Ooh,
2 bruises and a daze.
Gatorman. Roll 20. Let my friends roll well, please.
It's fine.
But yeah, the robot fires off a quick burst of arrows that slam into Centuria ineffectively, but seem to have some effect on Gatorman as he dives in front of Medea and starts to bleed from his scaly chest.
Medea's gonna be in love with this man by the end of the fight.
By the end of the fight, I think we're already there. And it is going to use a point of extra effort, but not extraordinary effort, to run into Mortis and punch him. Here's a hero point for Mortis because of the extra effort, so it doesn't have to go fatigued. And Mortis, I got bad news for you.
Oh no.
I see this coming. He's got effects of substantial, but
Yeah. As he runs up, his hand begins to vibrate, very similar to the way Overdrive's hand vibrates when he wants to punch in substantial objects. He only gets a 26 to hit your parry DC, though.
only.
Alex forgot what level we are.
Yes. So,
I need
my dodge and parry are only 13. So yeah.
Okay, so he does hit, but not well enough to get additional damage from multi-attack, so I just need a DC 27 toughness save.
Just a DC. That's a whopping 16.
That would be a stagger if you don't want to spend a hero point.
Luckily, I have a couple of those. So
Mhm.
it's almost like Alex knew he was giving us an overpowered fight. Yeah, so I'm going to try again. Come on, if I can get this to let me give you the hero point.
Come to me, hero point. There it is. I see it.
Cool. And now I'm going to try again. I rolled even worse, but because it's a hero point, it was a 25.
So that's just a bruise from Mortis as the vibrating fist connects with the inside of your body and just scrambles things as the hand goes in and out of you. Over Dave is going to come back. And he's sort of like, I don't know what this thing is, y'all, but we should probably run away.
Get the people to safety.
Okay, Gatorman. I mean, Xavier. Gator. I'll be right back. And he goes and grabs more people up in the Speedway, and he evacuates the entire nightclub.
Gazader man?
Xavier Man. That's actually what X-Men is short for. Gatorman, over to you.
Look at Medea. She seems okay. No one else does, so budget. Let's charge the big boy. We'll do the charge maneuver, so -2 to hit. We'll also do all out for 5, so it'll be a +3.
Awesome. Do you want to use any power attack to go alongside?
No, I don't know how well I'm going to hit this big guy, so we'll give it a shot. Normal style. Uh, 18.
18 will hit because he's still vulnerable from Mortis's chains.
It's DC 30.
It's a pretty good hit. The robot gets a 37.
And we'll try and fast grab him and hold on to him. I think he just has to make a strength check, right?
That's
For any other hit. Okay.
Nope, he's got to make a strength check to resist. It's 10 plus your strength.
Yep. 20 for the grab.
He rolls a 21 to resist it.
On a nat 1. Dirty
Wow.
bugger. Okay.
So, Gatorman, you do leap into him. You tear as much as you can. But it's whatever made this robot made it to be real tough. Mortis.
My chains seem to be doing something to him. So let's keep it up. And try to chain him again to see if I can slow him down some more. So
Excellent. Are your chains cumulative?
they can be for a hero point.
They can be for a hero point. 22 will hit. And then it's a will save of a 23.
And there's my hero point. It's making cumulative as well. Yeah.
Excellent. And generally, this wouldn't be how this would work, but I will give him vulnerable on the will save because it's the check to resist this particular thing. So instead of having a 19, he'll have a +9. So subtract 10 from this. 21. He will take the second degree because it's cumulative, so he's immobile and defenseless. What happens, Mortis?
Mortis drops another tombstone on him, and now it's a bunch of chains, and he's literally chained to a tombstone, like an oversized, paralyzed Bruce Wayne's parents. That may have materialized from the crossroads. We don't know.
Excellent. But yeah, Mortis.
Centuria!
Centuria. The robot's defenseless.
So, Centuria, got woke up by Resonant, flew out of her hole, took a hit for Bowman, And then she looks at the robot. She like spits blood out of her mouth, and is like, "All right, here we go." And then she's gonna do a big ol' heavy blow to this dumb bitch.
Awesome. Are you gonna use any power attack or anything?
Do it.
Yes, but I don't know how to do that.
You can basically just take 5 off of your to hit to add 5 to your damage.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I got a 15 to hit. Well, 10.
Yes, but because this creature is defenseless, that will hit, and it is a free critical hit, so you're looking at a DC 45 for punching it.
Yeah.
You can't roll a 45.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
If it rolls a 1, I don't think it's going to be much.
Rolled a 6 and gets a 30, so that's going to be a stagger for the robot.
I'm going to go fatigued and do it again. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Boom.
So here's a bruise. Add that in. That's another 45 versus a 27, so that is the second stagger. You dismantle the robot, Centuria. What happens?
I'm mad. Because I haven't gotten knocked out in a very long time, if ever. So she just starts wailing on him. Like, "You're trying to kill my friend." She's screaming, like, she's not drunk at all anymore. She's just angry. Everybody's gonna have to pull her off of him. She's beating his face into the ground.
Excellent.
It's bad.
I think you got him.
Give her another minute.
I'm not getting in there.
Eventually she'll stop.
Excellent. Resonant, what do you want to do on your turn?
I want to assess the downed robot.
Okay.
Because this thing, I've been watching it the entire time, and I'm seeing it use our own abilities against us. And you also said something changed when Medea hit it with magic. So I want to find out what I can, and I feel like that requires me to roll better. Because apparently I can't roll above a 10 today.
What is happening, roll 20?
There we go, 38.
You again have rolled above it, but this time you've beaten it by 11, so you are able to find out 3 of its properties, or exact numbers.
I want to know if this thing has regeneration.
It does. You can sort of tell that it is, even as Centuria is pummeling it, it looks like pieces of it are beginning to reassemble to make itself combat effective again.
Do I get the exact amount of regeneration?
It's regeneration 10.
So it'll cure its bruise next turn?
Yep. So you have about 4 turns before it is combat capable again.
Okay. Does it have a weakness?
Looking at it, it looks like it has the science around it. You're having a little bit of trouble wrapping your mind about it, but you think it has the same weaknesses for each power that the power has. So if there's something with resonance abilities, that is a weakness. If there's something about mortis abilities, it's a weakness. It shares that weakness.
Okay. And then...
Somewhere Arctic Fox, anti-Earth Arctic Fox is like, "I told you to make plans to kill friends."
No, this is ourselves. And let's see, last thing. Trying to think if there's anything else that really makes sense at the moment. What is there a power of a Freedom League member it has that it hasn't shown us, or is it just Freedom League Dark members?
Looking at it, you are unsure.
Okay.
But so far it has demonstrated Centuria's strength, overdrive speed, Bowman's archery, your Tempest Flash, and the ghostly chains.
All right. Uh, I'll look to the others. It's not down. It's putting itself back together. Keep hitting it with what you've got. And she will pull on her topaz and call down the lightning against it.
Excellent.
I'm going to Tempest Slash it. And
Don't hit me.
it is unconscious, which means it can't do anything.
That's correct.
All right. I will take the maneuver for power attack
Okay.
for 2 points. So it'll be a 19 to hit, a 30 for the DC, and this is a dodge save, which it doesn't get any bonus to because it's unconscious.
Correct. It's not allowed to roll because it's defenseless. So
Right.
It'll just take the full. It's a 0 versus a 30 is 6 degrees of failure. So that is 6 additional bruises. You bought 6 additional rounds for it to heal. And I will take us out of combat because all of you just piling on it is going to basically make it so it can never regenerate itself.
Right.
Resident just had to spot that it was able to do that. Or somebody just had to spot that it was able to do that.
Question, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a soul? I know the answer. I know what the answer probably is, but I figured I'd ask anyway.
Give me a perception check, Mortis.
$23.
It does not have a human soul, but there is something inside it that seems soul-ish. You think it has some sort of machine spirit inside of itself? Or it has been imbued
Different
with some
question.
sort of magical animism? Go ahead, Gamerman.
Can I possibly identify a CPU? I figure there's a central part that's running it outside of the gears and the body and everything else with mechanics, engineering, or construction.
Yeah, give me a engineering check.
Sure.
A Gatoneering check.
He's
A
learning.
gator
He went
nerd.
to, he went to Gator U. That's 25.
For the state.
You don't see anything that looks decidedly CPU-esque. You sort of pull some of the panels open, and everything in here appears to be almost like techno-sorcery. Some of it looks familiar, some of it looks like it's been constructed similar to other ancient Greek devices. I don't know that Gator Man would know what the Antikythera mechanism is, but something like that, where it rotates around and maintains itself, and it's all sort of grooved to work almost steampunk style with cogs and gears. But Gator Man, you're able to sort of assess that if you keep the head away from the body, it's unlikely the body would be able to do anything.
Good
Bet.
enough start.
Can we see if it's sending some sort of signal or anything like that? Or if it had been? Or is I guess previously capable of doing so?
I'll let that be included in Gator Man's engineering check. You do think that it was transmitting a signal, but it has stopped. And Gator Man, you do find a maker's mark on the back chassis of the robot.
Oh, delicious.
It looks like it is it almost looks like Daedalus's helmet. That sort of hoplite style Corinthian helmet with the open windows, the hair on top, the bronze emboss.
Yeah, pop the head off and throw it to Bowman. Catch.
Go catch it.
That'll hold him up, but that's Daedalus?
Bowman, looking at it, you can tell it is not Daedalus's maker's mark, but it is similar to his helmet.
We should ask Daedalus about this. He might know something about how it was crafted.
Centurion will step aside and call Daedalus.
Excellent. Before we go see what Daedalus is up to, it is about 8:25, so I think we should go ahead and take our quick break as we figure out what to do with this big scary robot that knocks Centuria out.
She knocked it back out. Fair's fair.
Yeah, it's an equal trade. So, we are going to go ahead and get up, stretch our legs, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us while we ran off to take our quick break. Our heroes tonight have so far had a tense conversation with a person who sold his soul to the devil and now is trying to make deals with the Freedom League Dark. And Centuria got her shit rocked by a robot outside the nightclub.
Yeah.
A robot
I
that
rocked his shit back.
It's true. It's a circle of life. We become the grass. And then Centuria rocks that grass. Yeah, our heroes banded together. They were able to defeat the robot, who seemingly had access to all of their powers. Thanks to some quick thinking by Resonant and Gatorman, they were able to separate the robot's head from the body to prevent it from becoming operational again. But they do have a regenerating crate of robot parts on their hands that they need to think of something to do. They did find a maker's mark on it that looks very similar to Daedalus's helmet, and Centuria, in an effort to figure out some more information, stepped aside to call Daedalus. Centuria, your comm rings, and rings, and rings, and you hear Cynthia's voice saying, "Unfortunately, Daedalus is unable to come to the comm right now."
He's been kidnapped again.
We leave for
Centuria
5
grumbles
minutes.
something about him saying, "You should have reached out to me when you needed help." Blah, 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 blah. And then
Pot, kettle, black.
Best
and then
voicemail ever.
she'll go over to Dave, who I'm assuming is back, right?
Yes, he's back. He looks like Ray. Did you notice that I used Bolt's token for it?
I did.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I did. Can you go see if you can find Daedalus at Freedom Hall?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Be careful, because he's not answering his phone, so that either means something dangerous is happening or he's ignoring me, so I don't know which one.
I don't think he'd ever ignore you.
Oh.
He
Mad
probably
at me
got
right
kidnapped
now.
again.
It's a good chance.
And Dave will run off to go see if he can find Daedalus. Is there anything y'all are doing in the meantime before he comes back?
Yeah, I'm coming up to Centuria. You okay, Kate?
Yeah, haven't that hasn't happened in a while. But thank
No.
you for bringing me back.
Of course. I'm a little weirded out that this thing had our powers.
Yeah, it's even Praetrix didn't knock me out.
No, this thing seemed. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Like fixated?
Staring at me awful hard
Mm-hmm.
Why you though?
because it probably hasn't seen me before.
It might want gator powers?
We didn't have a tail, so didn't have the best part of me. Ah,
Hey,
We
Bowman.
need to find out where it came from.
Fletch.
Yeah.
Can you snap a pic of that and send it to Jason? Maybe he can run a scan. See if he knows anything.
I'm on it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bowman is definitely analyzing the technology left behind, and he is as well, like, he is sending information about it to the boat computer, but he is also just making some assessments on if he can put this adaptive technology into an arrowhead, because something that took out Centuria that quickly is probably going to be pretty useful.
This is my Argo arrow. It copies your powers.
I mean,
Question for Alex.
Answer. Also, Wiki, roll a technology check for Jason when you get a chance.
Obviously, our characters know the Freedom League, but do our characters have contacts amongst the other heroes in the greater Freedomverse?
Yeah, I know Mortis knows Gatekeeper out in San Diego. San Francisco.
And Overdrive would know a lot of the West Coast heroes from his time out there. Resonant would not have really made much inroad with the superhero community as she kind of abandoned it for 10 years. So
Yeah,
I know the storm.
Mortis probably knows some people from Project Freedom too. So Archer, um, Arctic Fox.
I know the Stormbreakers are just not going to be happy to see me.
I mean, yeah, Resident would know the Stormbreakers and a little bit of the Guardians, but they're on Starhaven, so that would be a little bit of a weird conversation.
Hey, did you guys lose a robot?
I noticed you had a toaster when you were here.
And this is some crazy alien tech robot kind of thing. So yeah.
Imagine if you'd beaten him and he turned into a toaster.
The reason I was asking is I was specifically wondering to know if we knew any contacts amongst or could get a hold of the guy in charge of Mars Tech,
Yeah, you guys would know Max Mars.
or possibly someone on the Atom family, because aren't there like the isn't like Super Tech more under
We've had
their...
the Atom family helping us with the stuff, the multiversal stuff, plus Grandpa Adam went with us to Lafandi last season, so
Yeah, you guys know Dr. Adam at the very least.
Well, because they seem like strange alien tech seems way up more their like alley than ours. So
Awesome.
Jason got a 29.
Jason with a 29 is able to tell Bowman that this technology is reminiscent of other robots that the Freedom League has faced off against in the past. It doesn't seem to be quite as sophisticated as the other Argo bots that the Freedom League has faced off against. But with a 29, Jason's also able to determine that this robot has similar robotics to those found in the Foundry, which is a villainous organization in Earth Prime that focuses on building robots that fight superheroes. They're sort of the people who sell robots to supervillains who need an army of robots.
Okay, and yeah, Bowman will communicate all of that to the team.
Also, weirdly, they sell most of the animatronics to PD Popcorn's Playhouse and other animatronics.
Of course they would.
you have to pay the bills somehow.
Okay, so I'm confused. We haven't been around Freedom City for a while.
Exactly.
Why send something after us?
Because we haven't been here. I'm sorry. You all haven't been here for a while, so one of the few opportunities to do it.
It's still, like, I don't know who we made mad during the foray with Una. That would be my... But, like, if what Jason told Bowman is right, somebody bought this thing and sent it after us.
Could be someone else who's after Adrian.
Or
By the way,
Adrian
Centurion
himself.
Gatorman, we have an update for you with regards to that.
An update.
No, we just met a man by the name of Lucius Cabot. He informed us that there are other people who are also interested in what we're attempting to do, and may also be after Adrian.
Specifically, he said they were willing to do what I'm not with Adrian, and he would potentially reach out to them instead of having us take care of the problem.
Do you think they could have sent this robot after us?
I think it's way too quick for something like that to have happened.
Could it be that Adrian himself is trying to get us off his tail?
If Adrian himself was trying to get us off his tail, he would have come and taken care of us himself, I think, or sent one of his doppelgangers, especially the anti-Earth Prime version, with as maniacal as he was, he'd have no qualms about just stomping us into the curb.
Or it would have been the forces of the heavens or the hells or some other, mystical bent assault, more likely.
No,
Not a robot.
I think Adrian's a little too focused on his suicide plan to worry about us right now. he's probably got contingencies for us, sure, but he needs to make a world where nobody is as we are, and there's no existential threat for anyone, which is what we learned he's trying to do. He's trying to make a mundane world where the problems of the people are only those of their own making and not of a cosmic or magical threat.
At this point, Davy returns. Says, "You'll never believe where I found him."
Where?
It's probably
Tied
best.
to a railroad track.
It's probably best if I just show you.
Two things. Gatorman's going to walk back in the bar and has not been to the superhero thing long. He's going to leave money on the bar for the tab. And then he's going to check on Medea. Go, do you need a cab, or are you okay to get home?
Roll an insight check, Gatorman.
He's not good at superheroing. It's new. Roll. 17. I'll spend a hero point for it. It seems appropriately and amusing. 34.
You
Really good at
see,
catering.
you see, she's sort of shifting her weight back and forth, like she's waiting for you to offer to walk her home.
You're busy.
She's
No, don't be shy.
she's like, yeah, I can get home. This was a lot of fun. We should hang out again sometime.
Yeah. Apparently I'm going to go figure out what happened to a hero. But good spending an evening with you.
Do you have like a phone number?
Maybe get a hold of Freedom Hall. I'm kind of out of jail on work release, so not really.
She seems
Check the
very
bad boy
excited.
box.
She seems very excited that you're fresh out of jail.
Um,
All right, if
I'll
you're
just-
sure you're okay.
I'll text Derek and we'll.
I look over and kind of give her a nod, like, I'll hook you up, girl. I gotcha.
All right, if you're okay, I wander back to the rest.
She's like,
Okay.
just be careful tonight, Xavier. Okay.
I mean, different universes exploding. What's the worst gonna happen here? It's a robot.
Tenderly caress the muzzle of the gator and then walk away.
Tail slaps 3 times. Just
It's like
Someone wants to get a little tail.
Ew.
it was then that Gator Boy became Gator
Oh my
Man.
god. I hated that. I hated that so much. Oh.
all right, ready to go. I guess she'll be okay.
Dave's like, brace yourself, okay? It's weird.
Yeah, just do it.
I give Nick a heads up about Medea being drunk, and you need to, just make sure she gets home.
He's like, I'll ghost her, don't worry. But not that way. Oh, never mind. And he'll go off to go take care of her. But Overdrive will pull you all up in the speedway and rush you across town to Lantern Hill to another bar. This one's a little more of a dive bar situation. It's got a pirate theme to it. And you can hear music spilling out.
Karaoke.
There is karaoke happening. Daedalus is there. You see he is singing Islands in the Stream along with the Cynthia that has Aylin's face on it. As Aylin is live streaming from Starhaven.
Okay.
Centuria's just gonna hang back with a smirk on her face and let him finish the song. Hope that he sees her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Centuria's gonna place herself in Daedalus's line of sight.
No. I need to get it on video first. Then you can spook him.
Okay, alright.
You can't do it. Bowman shorted all the cell phones back at the bar.
Don't worry, I got this. And he has a camera arrow.
She'll wait for them to get their footage.
The deadliest
she'll
selfie in
step
the
into his line
universe.
of sight.
Because if he ever gets us any crap, it's going all over, YouTube and TMZ. So I'm just saying.
And the song, they sing their song together, and afterwards, people politely clap. But in and Daedalus and Cynthia with Aylin's face on it will come down, and he looks. He makes eye contact with Kate in the doorway, and his face goes a little bit pale. And
Is he dressed as a pirate?
he is dressed as a pirate.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
happening?
First guy dressed as Captain Hook, I'm chasing him.
He's actually oddly dressed a little bit like Flynn.
Oh,
Now you made it weird.
Yep.
You broke the Jonesy.
Oh,
he misses them so much.
And,
Resonant's kind of just standing there, arms crossed underneath her bust, just staring at Daedalus.
Centuria as well, but Centuria has a smirk on her face.
And he and Cynthia come down. He turns and says, "Aylin, thank you for spending some time with me tonight. I can't wait to get back to Starhaven and we can go back to Debs. But I've got some things to take care of here."
Debs isn't the same, but you have to work on your singing.
I
We think you have several octaves that you need to perfect.
don't tell anybody, but I have signed up for lessons at the hall.
We'll see if that works.
I actually have an audition for a community theater here in town.
Ahem.
They're doing Tommy. He looks. You know what? I need to go take care of some Daedalus stuff, but I'll see you guys back in Starhaven in a couple of weeks.
Ursa and Alara will be waiting.
And he embarrassedly turns to face the Freedom League Dark.
Hi.
Hello. I thought you all were going out tonight.
Well, we were out, and then we got attacked by a giant robot that knocked me out, which tells you a little bit how powerful it is. And I tried to call you, but apparently you were indisposed.
I was away from my helmet.
Mm.
Well, speaking of helmet,
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk outside. You see, he notices Gator Man. He gets a little embarrassed.
Don't look at him like that.
I'm not embarrassed about Gator Man. I'm embarrassed about what I did in front of Gator Man.
Wow.
Centuria will step outside.
Yeah. It's like there's nothing to be embarrassed about, but the problem herein lies is that we couldn't get a hold of you when we needed you.
Just like you said that I should anytime I needed you.
I appreciate you take the steps to better yourself for what it's worth.
Apologies, I didn't get a chance to check my notifications.
Oh no, we saw you were busy. It's okay.
But you were attacked by a robot, you say? Do you have the robot here?
Just the head.
That's the important part, I suppose.
Well, seeing as how is it putting itself back together and the head seemed to be controlling it, yeah, we thought so.
Seem to
was,
be mimicking our powers.
there was
That
also a
too.
mark on it that was similar to yours.
I think I've encountered this robot before. Did it tell you all about how it wanted to take over the world and become the greatest metahuman in the history of existence?
It didn't say anything. It just flew in, knocked
Smacks
Kate out of the
Centuria,
sky, and
Gave me the stank on. We drug it down the bar.
That's bizarre. Usually Argo is very talkative. Let me take a look. And
hand over the head.
he'll rotate it around. I do recognize this maker's mark. It belongs to a being called Talos, who was the original creator of Argo, but this is not the original Argo. This is a lesser drone version.
Says Luster Drone. I look over at Kate like, oh, over at Centurion like, oh crap.
Yeah. Resonant's eyes go a little wide when Daedalus says lesser. Like, this thing took out Kate in literally a second.
The
And you
original
said this is a
Argo.
lesser?
Yes, the original Argo must have created a database for the powers.
How did it get ours?
That is an interesting question. You've attracted the attention of at least the Foundry, but this Maker's Mark is Talos specifically, so there's a great potential that you've garnered the attention of Talos.
What can you tell us about him? Or it, or they?
Talos was one of my first attempts to protect the human race.
And it didn't like the commands you gave it and went rogue?
Indeed. Hephaestus made this device, this construct, and it was originally a sentinel for a city in ancient Greece. The people there grew afraid of it as the ages wore on, and I befriended it and uplifted it. I gave it great intelligence and the ability to create other machines of its own kind, but it grew beyond anything I ever expected it to be. It would not surprise me if Talos recognizes your greatness after defeating Una in the Nether War and wanted to capture your abilities in order to do something about the Adrian situation.
But it already had our abilities, so why come after us?
It didn't have all of your abilities. He looks at Gatorman. And Gatorman is not just a vessel for Gator abilities. Gatorman is a host to Preserver nanites. It's possible this Argo drone wanted to capture, or Talos wanted to capture the nanites involved in the Silver Storm as a way of creating a new Argo that has infinite abilities, or configurable abilities. Or he hasn't been able to find Adrian. He's trying to borrow Gatorman's particular ability to track things across the multiverse.
Told you he was giving me the stink eye.
Could he use the nanites from anyone?
Potentially.
Then he could have sent anything over to Emerald City and the Stormbreakers or half the meta community out there.
Yeah, Talos has a particular interest in making sure I'm aware of its movements. So it tends to operate in and around Freedom City.
It's something like a being like that, though. I mean, it should be running more logically. It should be going after the weakest thing that it can to get what it's after, rather than, and then rubbing it in your face if it has a problem with you.
Well, it's not the most logical being in the universe. It has a great amount of pride. And the last Argo it created went rogue and was its own villain in its own right. The Argo of the 90s faced off against Centuria's father and the Freedom League of the time. And Kate has not quite reached her maximum potential yet.
In my defense, I was inebriated when it knocked me out. I'm definitely stronger than that. She says.
Defensively. No, Kate, you will one day grow into the powers of the Centurion, but it comes with age and experience.
No.
Oh,
There he is.
Pick up.
So how are we expected to move forward with this?
I mean, should we even try to deal with Talos then? I mean, we don't know when Wong and Sala are going to finish this ritual. We kind of have the Adrian crisis to deal with. I don't know that we have time to try to handle both of these problems.
I agree. I think this may be a perfect test bed for Miss Quarrel's role in the Freedom League.
Oh, she showed up at your door tonight?
Indeed. Well, she sent me a message telepathically. Just to prove that she could.
Are you amenable to that?
I am. I think it is the best use of her abilities and the easiest way to make sure she stays out of your way.
Oh.
Single-minded rage is the easiest way to interfere with a successful plan.
Lucius Cabot doesn't think so.
He is one of the most annoying immortals I've met in the last 200 years.
I haven't met many immortals, but I'd have to agree with you on that. Didn't leave me with a great first impression.
No, he's just reached the condescending point of his immortality. Give him a few more centuries and he'll settle down a little bit.
I mean, I'll probably live for a while, but I don't think I have that much time left in me.
It'll probably be annoying to you for your entire life, but I'm thinking for myself.
Well,
But I do think that this may be a good use of Sophie's energy.
well, you can let her know that part of Adrian's plan is to strip all magic, all gods, all aliens, all existential crisis from reality and create one mundane plane of existence for, I'm assuming, just humanity. And in doing so, destroy himself without taking responsibility for all the damage he's caused.
Perhaps we inform Miss Quarrel about that later, and not just as we've convinced her not to go after Adrian.
You have to tell her what to look for and what Adrian's doing to get her to focus on it. If you don't tell her the whole bit, then she's going to know you're not trusting her.
But I'm a comic book character. I have to do
Huh.
that. This is the CW.
Tropey McTrope.
See, Sophie has to know that we are counting on her. She has to know that we believe this is the right course of action for her to help us with. Otherwise, she's going to go rogue and she's going to do exactly what we don't want her to do.
I will inform her. And we will give her the lead on this investigation. I'll ensure the rest of the Freedom Week knows what is up. And they will look into this Talos situation while you make your way back into the multiverse.
I wish we didn't have to. I wish we could help with this, but we're being pulled in too many directions all at once.
I know all of you are capable of doing all of the things that have been put before you. But we are a team, and it is up to us to ensure the Earth's safety while you are out ensuring the multiverse's safety. Dr. Metropolis in particular has an interest in stopping what's going on with Talos. As do
Worst
I.
thing to ever do is to trust somebody else, so trust them. And they'll trust us to do this. We're fine.
I'm glad your rehabilitation is taking hold, Mr. Hawkins.
You held up your end. You still are. I'll hold up mine.
Oh, anything else this evening, or would you care to join me inside?
I should get back. I need to check on someone. And I can put in a call to Sala and see how things are going over there. She looks over at Mortis and Bowman. I'm sorry I called you away from what you were in the middle of to deal with Cabot and his
I'm happy. to help.
ranting.
No worries. What teammates are for.
Put
Just
an arm around
wasn't-
Resonant. And before she can add but, just push her to the bar with me. Go, you got time for one song before you go be responsible. And under whatever protest she may try, she will get pushed along with me or with Gatorman into the bar.
Resonant, resonant.
I need a good LaFonde drinking song. Go ahead and show me something impressive. push.
Um, I. Wow. Okay.
Resident's favorite song is by Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah.
That performance was outrageous. Truly, truly outrageous.
Yeah, truly, truly outrageous. Ah. Nope. I don't have expertise performance. So.
It'd just be a flat presence check if you don't have expertise performance.
I mean, I can make a persuasion check. I can.
I'll let you
I
make
can
a
William
persuasion
Shatner.
check.
Everyone.
I can William Shatner this.
Okay, I'm here for it. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Just gaslight everybody.
The FLD
No,
drinking songs are really dry.
Yeah. Well, it would probably be something in LaFonde so that no one can understand what it is that she's actually saying. 22.
People see
You
it.
You will get a standing ovation from Gator Man and the people around him, whether they want to or not.
Right?
Like you finish, he's up and clapping, and the people, what they give him the look, it gives them the.
They don't know the songs of your people. Sing anything, says Warden Maximus.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah, people were excited about it. 22 is a really good roll for karaoke check.
Resident will finish. She is red in the cheeks and kind of scuttles off the stage and kind of goes up to Gatorman. Thanks. I might have needed that.
You did, and now you can go be responsible if you want and just mess her hair a little bit before kind of just stepping out of the way so she can go if she wants.
She'll look back at the group. I'll see you guys back at the Nexus, okay? Unless you need me beforehand, just call me.
Only when they shout encore.
Let me take you home. I don't want you to walk by yourself.
Wasn't planning on walking, but sure.
It's faster. Centuria will scoop her up
You get the little eep.
and fly her home.
Kate, I'm perfectly capable of doing this on my own.
Sweet child.
What's with you guys tonight?
Why is everybody treating me like an invalid?
I almost died, so I just need I just need you to get home.
And
Okay.
you're gonna fly back on your own, which is gonna make me worry about you. You realize that?
I'll text you when I get back. It's fine.
It's more the process of getting back that I'm worried about.
No, it'll be good.
How many did you have?
Like enough. It's just shut up.
Oh,
I'm not even
okay.
drunk now. I'm just on edge. Just let me do this for you.
Okay.
We're already here, actually, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Thanks.
Tell Sam I said hi.
Yeah, I need to go check on them.
Hope they're okay.
Cabot did a number on them, draining their magic.
You need me to go inside with you?
No,
Check
I
the
don't think
house?
I don't think so. I'll just I'll go in, change. I'll head over to Sam's. The
When
wards
I
are back
listen
up.
to the house, Alex, do I hear anything weird?
Roll a perception check.
Perception. 28.
And this is Gemma's house you're at, right?
It's the storefront with the apartment over top of
Oh,
it. Yeah.
Cool. It doesn't sound like there's anything moving around inside with the 28. Nothing sounds strange.
Okay. I don't hear anything weird. But text me if you need me. Or I guess just like yell and I probably will hear you.
Centurion's about to
Okay.
hand everybody a Centuria watch.
Okay. Thanks, Kate.
Anytime.
I'm also excited for the Bowman arrow that just yells Centuria as it fires through the air.
Whistles at ultra low frequency that only Centuria can hear.
Yeah, what am I gonna do with a watch? Who uses watches? Everything's arrows.
So watch
Strap that thing
arrow.
to a stick.
I'm just imagining like the bow getting shot and it just being like Centuria. That's hilarious.
Or Bowman's watch arrow, every time he wants to see what time it is, he has to shoot a wall and then walk up and see what the arrow says.
It's the most efficient way to do it.
Such an elaborate sundial. Speaking of Bowman, it's your turn. Push.
What? I
Yep.
have a work meeting in the morning. I can't.
That's great. One song go.
Yeah,
I
man
guess,
just standing there gruffly.
I guess in full Bowman costume, he will. Oh man, I don't know. Probably some boy band song. Those are my karaoke defaults. So
Am I blue?
no.
Am I blue?
I mean, yes, but
It ain't no lie, baby, bo, bo, bo. What
Just
is
another
what's,
butcher in this game for 2.
what is Bowman's favorite boy band?
yeah, he's an NSYNC guy.
It's fair.
Bobo.
Everybody is very confused by the Freedom Wing Dark being here, but are very into it when you all start singing.
I like Wiki's suggestion for Bowman is perfect.
It's too personal.
That's what karaoke is, right?
Baby, don't hurt me. Bowman, give me a persuasion check.
Sure. Persuasion.
Unless you have expertise
Yeah,
performance or want to
that's
make
the
a straight
charisma-based skill
presence
that I
check.
use. Okay, now I'll. It's not terrible. 20.
It goes pretty well. You get enthusiastic applause afterwards. Both Resonant and Bowman have gotten much more realistic applause than Daedalus was getting.
I was just thinking that. I was like, what
Yeah.
did Daedalus roll to get just like polite?
What is Daedalus's persuasion check? Low.
It's also Daedalus.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
everyone's probably like, who in here's the bad guy that he's after?
Why did he bring a robot date? That's weird.
Well, that wasn't too bad, actually.
See? Look back at Mortis.
Mortis is trying to slowly creep his way out the door.
Centuria arrives just at that moment to be like, all right, Mortis, what are you singing?
Damn.
I just would have imagined Mortis going insubstantial, just whoop through the floor. His first mistake was trying to go out the door, not through the floor.
Not today, Satan, said Bowman. But Mortis, I'll give you a hero point because you do bump into Centuria trying to sneak out.
They don't have what I like in this karaoke machine. Sorry.
What do you want to sing?
Something death metal-y.
That's fine. I'll look at the DJ. You got a cell phone? Figure it out. And I'll spend a hero point so you can figure it out.
Yeah, whatever you say, alligator dude.
There you go, Alex. There's a hero point. Figure it out, DJ. Play what the guy wants.
The DJ's like shaking.
I just wanted to have a nice time tonight. When did I become the superhero karaoke bar?
Um, fine. You're gonna make him do this, aren't you?
Oh, Centuria's gonna make him. I'm not.
Fine.
Deathgate was in a band, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a +5 circumstance bonus for was in a band.
Mortis. Mortis.
Fine. He goes over and like the first 4 or 5 choices aren't obviously available because well the stuff they used to cover doesn't exist for karaoke. And then he ends up fine and goes up and does Alice Cooper.
Nice. Which one?
Um, Poison.
Nice. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with a +5 circumstance bonus. Mortis gets a 30 and blows the roof off this place.
Yeah.
Hell
You have to
yeah.
convince people to collab. They get it.
Everybody is
Pink
very
cat.
excited. Living dead boy. No.
Boy.
Excellent. Yeah, Mortis, what happens as you go through this?
He hasn't done anything like this in a long time, like since the Claremont Academy days, and so he's just like, But after a couple minutes, he gets a little more comfortable and like, falls back into his old routines, and I have to suspect that at some point during this, Nick and Medina show up.
Centuria texted him.
Nick will
like,
show
yeah, I'll
up. What Medea is like, I don't want to show back up if Gatorman's there. I don't want to creep. I already said I was leaving.
I let her come.
I don't want to be weird.
Mortis singing. Well, that's pretty good. Bowen singing. Okay, I'll be there. Good. After forced merrymaking, I'll let people relax and drink and be more sociable and not force them into uncomfortable situations.
Excellent. What does Gatorman sing?
Piano Man.
Ooh. Lie to Me by Johnny Lang.
That's what's up. Awesome. The night at the karaoke bar will go off without a hitch, as long as nobody starts any nonsense or fighting with anybody.
Looks at Andy.
I'm not even there.
Are you letting us have it?
And Resonant, you are able to reconnect with Sam. When you get to their house, they are asleep. It looks like whatever Cabot did really drained them of their energy, and they're recovering.
I want to check and make sure that there's not that nothing was damaged.
Give me an
Or
expertise
augmented.
magic check. Or augmented. That's
we-
a good.
Yeah,
that's a good
because I don't know what Cabot would have done, or could have potentially left. Oh, there we go. 40.
With a 40, as you're sort of examining, giving it a cursory, mystical feel for it, you could tell that this is something that they'll recover from. No
Okay.
permanent damage has been caused, but you do get the impression that almost like stretching a muscle to the point of stressing it and building lactic acid, that this is going to increase Sam's magic potential.
But it's not been augmented in a abnormal manner.
Correct.
This is basically just a use. The more you use the magical muscle, the better it becomes.
Yeah, it's like Sam did 1,000 crunches.
Sam did 1,000 crunches for a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they seem fine. They're dozing very peacefully.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else while you're there?
No, she just wanted to check in and make sure that Sam was okay. She'll leave a note downstairs for Sam to check in. Basically, it's a hey, check in with me tomorrow when you get up. Let me know how you're doing. If you don't get a hold of me, I probably had to dip out real quick again.
Mm.
I'll be back. Don't try anything too taxing. Just feel the wards and try to understand what they do.
Perfect. And then where do you go, Resident? Do you head home?
Yeah, she heads back home.
Awesome. Everybody at the karaoke bar, you are free to spend as much time there as you'd like before eventually drifting off to your personal abodes. And the evening passes uneventfully.
Poor Davy can't get drunk with speedster metabolism.
Oh, he can. You just have to get Medina to make him a special brew.
Yeah,
That's true.
same thing. Same thing she gave Centuria.
Yep.
Give it a shot.
But yeah, dawns the following day. That was silly.
Dawns the following day.
Yep. Noun verb the following day. I love English.
Noun verbs the following day.
It had not the same effect that it had on the earlier day.
Oh God.
Although my favorite sentence in English is still buffalo, 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 buffalo. Which means
Wings.
it means bison from the city of Buffalo beat up other bison from the city of Buffalo.
What?
Yep. That's the fun of nouns, proper nouns, and verbs all having the same word. Anyway. Day dawns, and you all find yourselves in wherever you wound up. Where did everybody wind up? I know Resonance at home.
Yep.
Nick and Mortis, where did Nick and Mortis wind up?
My apartment.
Oh, that's good.
Our home.
Good choice. Nobody woke up in a van anywhere?
Down by the river. No, no. Mostly because the van wasn't there.
What about Gatorman?
He's just feeling in a good mood. He's going to spend the night awake and just kind of walking around and kind of enjoying being outside and being free for a little bit for a night.
Excellent. Centuria, do you and Dave go anywhere in particular?
Centuria makes sure that everybody gets home as much as she can, even if she's just like awkwardly flying behind them as they leave. But she, then her and Dave will go home
Excellent.
to Freedom Hall.
And Bowman.
The bowman's gonna bow cycle back to the quiver, and that is where he's gonna rest up.
Excellent.
And he'll have the computer working on an adaptive error or something. But he does need to, yeah. He let his guard down for a bit, just so he's actually feeling relaxed, so he might get a good night of sleep.
Beautiful. Morning dawns, and each of you receives a message from Sawa on your various mobile devices. It says that Wong and I have made significant progress on the ritual. We should be able to begin proceedings this evening if you have anything you need to wrap up in the city. Wong mentions that our journey into the Dark Dimension may take some time. Your journey into the Dark Dimension. I'm not going. Sawa clarifies. And Resonant, you do receive a message from Sam saying, "Thank you for the lesson last night. I'm feeling much better after getting some sleep. And I will make sure to take care of the wards and not do anything too crazy till we have more lessons."
I've got time. Resident will respond. I've got time today. I'm not. Looks like I'm free until the evening, so I'll be at the shop. We can talk over lunch.
Do you want me to pick up anything on the way?
I haven't had that Thai place in the neighborhood for a while.
You see the bubbles typing for a little bit on the phone, I will get dim sum. I'll get you some. Dim sum. I'll get you some dim sum.
Sounds good.
Trying to figure out how to make it a pun. It's not working. Sam says.
Don't force it.
Isn't that like part of being a superhero though? Is puns?
Not necessarily.
I'm pretty
Only
sure
if you're
Bowman
Bowman.
is 90% puns.
10% sticks and string.
3% concentrated power at will.
More like 20.
Gatorman, you will receive a message from Daedalus saying that we are beginning the process of moving your mother to Freedom City. She's been given a clean bill of health from the Aegis doctors, keeping an eye on her condition. ... But we have a place set up in Southside, one of Bowman's project custodian places.
Send me the address when you got it, but thanks.
Someone's gonna be your landlord.
Daedalus will say we'll be taking care of her life expenses while you are away. And until we can find some way for her to hold down a steady job, given her condition.
She'll figure it out. She's a smart one.
Excellent. Centuria, you wake up and Brutus is at the house, or in Freedom Hall.
My baby.
You see Dave is got up early and ran to go get him from Emerald City and brought him back.
Hi, Brutus.
It is good to see you, Mother.
Jonesy.
I must
How
tell
was
you.
your
I must tell you of the many things I have done alongside Dr. Irons.
Yes, tell me.
We have stopped many criminals. And I bit a ghost.
That's awesome.
You
How's
wanna-
Dr. Irons?
She's okay.
Oh.
She is having issues with her son. She thinks I can't hear her talking about it on the phone.
What's wrong with her son?
He's been enrolled at the Claremont Academy and he's not performing as well as expected. He is a surly teenager.
I'm sure that they'll figure that out.
He lives with a teddy bear now. Or works with a teddy bear. I think the teddy bear lives with another one of them.
Like for comfort? Or
For violence, I hear.
what?
The teddy bear is an avatar of destruction.
All right.
Can we play fetch?
Well, yeah. Let's go outside.
I desire to take in the smells of Freedom City.
I love him.
The forbidden chew toy. Oh no! That's the arc. That's we're building up to Eddie versus Brutus. And Brutus is very happy to go on walkies with Centuria.
I love that.
I
They play fetch. She tries not to throw the ball too far.
He says, I desire to fetch.
Okay.
And as you throw it, he'll descend into the shadows and teleport over to go grab it wherever it winds up.
So fucking cool.
And he'll come back dripping with shadowy ichor from his fangs as he carries the stick back to you.
Good boy.
I am the best boy. Awesome. Bowman, I think you have a meeting, don't you, with Juliet?
Yeah, with Jezebel Jet. I mean,
Jezebel Jet.
J Jupiter.
Yes.
Looking at my notes.
Juliet Jupiter.
All the Jupiters.
Yeah,
That's the
it
jet
is all
now.
the Jupiters.
Yeah, the whole squad is there. All of the sisters. There
Go
is.
squad.
Jen,
Squad.
Joan, Jane, and Juliet Jupiter.
Yes.
Jesus.
Triplets, Basil.
No, Jesus Jupiter. That's that's
Yeah.
the other part of the family.
Yeah, the quadruplets, the four of them, they are there to meet you. Where is the meeting taking place? Do you want it to be at Project Custodian headquarters, or is there a coffee shop or something you want to take them down to?
It could be a coffee shop. I think that is what they talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be one in the South Side neighborhood.
Excellent. What's the name of the coffee shop?
Oh. Ooh.
You can do it.
My brain isn't falling apart right now.
It doesn't have to be bow related.
The bean
It
and
totally
world.
has to be bow related.
That's why I was.
It's
I don't
also the
know.
Quiver. It's just above where your headquarters is.
You know what? It's not a terrible idea.
I'd like to order a grande
Yeah.
espresso.
Yes, it is a terrible idea.
It totally is. Yes.
Oh. Bullseye coffee? Is that anything?
That's fine. Bullseye coffee.
Just call it Bullseye. I think that's a better name.
Okay.
More.
Bullseye brew.
Yeah. I can live with that. Yes.
Excellent. So you head over to this coffee shop. It's a bustling place here in Southside, and there are people funneling in and out, getting their breakfast and their coffee before they head off to work. As you are there for a 9 a.m. meeting, and sure enough, after a few moments, I assume you get there like way early because you're bowman.
Yeah.
The four sisters do show up about 15 minutes early for the meeting, and they do lock eyes with you, and they head over to whatever table you have set up for them. And Juliet will say, "Can I get you anything from the coffee bar? I'll go put our order in."
Oh, actually, let me take care of the order. I am the one who invited all of you here.
They all sort of nod. Say, "Well, thank you. It's very nice. We all just want a frappuccino."
All right. Then I guess I'll have what you're having.
Everybody gets a breakfast milkshake. Yeah, the barista up there looks at the four twins walk in. They look at you. Is this a thing, Fletcher Beaumont?
It's a business meeting
Oh.
for business,
What kind of
and that
business?
is what we're meeting about. Just local business, friend. Which we will need some caffeine to fuel ourselves for.
You see his name tag says Cody.
Cody, is it?
I miss Kevin Fitz.
Yeah, dude, totally business. Yeah, I get it.
No, it's really.
He fist bumps you.
Thank you, Cody.
He says, "You want like double espresso in this?"
No, just as you would normally make them, Cody. Let's not. You don't have to worry about doing anything special. If it's required, I'll let you know.
Yeah, you got it. And he'll go and he'll make all of the frappuccinos, but he'll also give you a Gatorade to go with your frappuccino.
Thank you, Cody.
He's like, "That's for electrolytes. You're gonna need those later."
Oh my god.
no.
I
It's what-
appreciate the foresight.
It's what plants crave.
Oh my goodness.
Juice redeemed to hydrate. I don't have a drink on my desk.
Seemed appropriate.
Always are the worst.
Just pretend like you're drinking out.
Okay. I'll just put my microphone in my mouth. That's fine. So, Bowman, you get the drinks, and you head back over to the table where the four sisters have separated. They've taken their blazers off, and they've got their computers up and open. And they are definitely identical twins. Most of them have the same general body type, but one of them is a lot buffer than the other ones.
Would you say they're quadruplets, Alex?
They are quadruplets, you would say. Matching blonde, close cropped haircuts. Everybody seems about the same.
And I guess over the course of the meeting, Fletch will just like go into introductions and just get a sense of like what each of them does, and then how that will be helpful for Project Custodian, and then in particular, talking to Juliet about the responsibilities she might need to take on that Sophie was previously dealing with, and just making an assessment of that.
Juliet will mention that each of her sisters has different skill sets. Her toughest looking sister, the one who looks very ripped, she says that she's worked in construction now for a number of years, and she has a couple of close working contractors that she's able to bring in to help with demolition or construction if they need that for Project Custodian. She mentions that she herself went to engineering school, and she is well versed in civil engineering as well as mechanical engineering. One of her two other sisters, she say they tend to focus on social work. So they're good at making connections with people, with securing deals, that they know people all over, not just Freedom City, but across the greater United States, who can provide things with logistics, they can provide supplies, they can provide workers. And they're looking for a place to employ their talents in a way that makes the city they live in a better place.
Yeah. So hearing all that, Fletch is just like, honestly, you all sound almost too perfect for this job, but I'm hoping that with your help, this can be a successful endeavor.
Yeah, well, we're from Freedom City, and we want to give back to the community that's given us so much.
I mean, I already did insight on Juliet before, but Bowman's just gonna, like, he just wants to make sure they're on the up and up, or at the very least, they're as qualified as they're trying to imply.
Cool. Give me an insight check.
I got a lot of points.
Hmm.
Probably better than that. I mean, it would be hilarious to fail this, but 23.
They don't seem, as far as you can tell from their body language, they don't seem to be trying to conceal anything from you. If they are not qualified the way that they have said they're qualified, they're doing a very good job of concealing it from you.
Right.
They do seem eager to help.
And he already did a background check on Juliet, so I guess I'll just make a mental note to do one for each of the sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Juliet says she can't wait to. Juliet says she can't wait to get involved with Project Custodian.
And I can't wait for you to be involved either. I may be leaving town for a bit sometime soon, but we'll get you started as soon as possible. If you could contact Henry at the project, I'm sure he can help set things up for you.
Perfect. Should I tell him that we have your endorsement?
Absolutely. I'll be sure to let him know.
Well,
I'll let him know ahead of time, and then you can reach out to him.
She sort of gives you a look, Bowman. She says, I can't wait to work closer together. It's an eyelash-heavy look that she gives you.
Well, he is in Fletcher mode, so he is going to put on the charm and say, I'm looking forward to it too. I think we can do a lot of good work together.
Awesome. And the meeting will wrap up if you don't have anything else pressing to do.
Nope.
Sings the Doom song.
I don't know what y'all are worried about. He's just being polite. They're just being nice. They are. I mean, what are the odds, right? It's fine.
If Bowman was in any other system, he would have the complication danger magnet.
Yeah.
Susceptible to femme fatale.
There's that one too, yeah.
Fembots.
fembots.
Unlucky in love.
Yeah, it's weird that you guys got attacked by a robot last night, and all of a sudden there's 4 regular clones walking around.
Oh, he said it.
I don't know what you mean.
Maybe they're all robots. Who knows? So,
Biological robots.
Maybe they're robot clones.
robot
Robots.
clones. Clone bots. One really confused B1 battle droid.
No.
Is there anything else anybody else is looking to do before we check in with Sala for the evening?
Maurice is just going to try to spend a really nice day with his fiance.
Awesome. Yeah, Nick will dedicate some of the morning to doing wedding planning stuff, but you all are free to head into town for the afternoon to spend the day together, have lunch somewhere, take a nice walk, check out a museum.
Gotcha.
Working on arrows.
Working on arrows.
Arrows.
Resonant, you do have your magic lesson with Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam did make sure to bring that Vietnamese food plate, food from that Vietnamese place you like.
Okay.
I heard an owl.
Wasn't me.
Gatorman will write a very carefully penned letter to his mom and just slide it to where the address he got is, and just leave it for his mom to find before going to Freedom Hall.
Excellent. Resonant, go ahead and give me an expertise magic check for the magic lesson.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Because there's no magic teacher like Resonant.
33.
Yeah, the lesson goes really well. Is there anything in particular you want to highlight during the scene?
I am mostly... Resident is mostly focused on getting Sam to sense magic, get an idea of how to tell magic types apart and understand what it is that they're doing, because the first real magical lesson that Resonant got from 7 and the teachers at Claremont was to be able to discern good magic, or magic with good intentions, and magic with bad intentions.
Excellent. And Sam seems to be taking to it very well. Sam is able to follow along with your instructions and even surprises you now and then with how insightful they seem to be with the way things connect together.
Okay.
Welcome to the first of the 3-part series, Resonant Teaches Assessment.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, and
Actually, no. This is more like Resident teaches magical senses.
Assessment comes later during the combat training.
Assessment comes later.
And yeah, Sam seems very receptive to it. They hang on your every word. They're very interested in impressing you, it seems.
Okay. Resident will say, Sam, I know you don't have to try to impress me. You just have to try your best. I don't need you to try so hard that you're putting more pressure on yourself to succeed. You need to just let it take its time. Let it come naturally.
Oh, I want to make sure I do a good job and that I can keep things secure around here while you're absent. Then maybe I can help take some of the load off that you're carrying around all the time. You're the one who taught me about noticing the how much you're carrying and the weight of the world. And you carry so much, and I would like to be able to help relieve some of that.
I know, but pushing yourself too hard too quickly can cause mistakes. And while you'll learn from them, they'll have consequences that you have to face. So rather than stumbling forward so quickly that one mistake leads to another, take it slow so that you don't continue that path.